What's going on, guys? BASSFZz here. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about something that should have been talked about some time ago. So, you already read the title of the video, let's talk about this stuff. So, recently, there was a new hashtag called spank feminist that I have to talk about for just a second. Which I think is actually a pretty hilarious hashtag. So, it's a hashtag that I believe was created by Dean Esme. He's a writer for Voice for Men. And basically, the hashtag is you say something that some feminists have done, like, spank a feminist because they lied about a bunch of statistics, or, the feminists have done something stupid or something dastardly or sinister, and so you give them a spanking for doing something wrong. Well, a lot of feminists obviously didn't fucking like that shit. They obviously took umbrage with the fact that their hindquarters were in serious danger because they're gigantic hypocrites, So they got really upset. So I actually got into a couple of Twitter wars. Well, I wouldn't say a Twitter war, but I was on Twitter for a little while because I used the hashtag a couple of times because I thought it was hilarious. And a couple of feminists, I argued with them, and some of them called me a misogynist. That's only the first or second time that's ever happened to me. But, yeah, that's why I'm going to talk about the word misogyny. Because, first thing, in order to correct these dumb people, these feminists seem to not understand that the word woman and feminist is not interchangeable. A woman is not ipso facto a feminist, and a feminist is not always a woman. Well, actually, depending on the feminist you talk to, some male feminists would be considered allies. So, yeah. Or lapdogs. I think lapdog might be a better word for them. Anyway, all that being said, a lot of these feminists just don't seem to understand that concept. The concept that a feminist is not a woman. You can dislike feminism and love women with all of your heart. You can be married with a woman. You can even be married and subservient to a woman and still dislike feminism. Not 100% sure how that would work, but yeah, hopefully you guys catch my drift here. So all these feminists were saying that the hashtag spank a feminist was misogynistic. No, it wasn't. If I dislike one woman, or if I dislike a feminist, I dislike them, not people who have vaginas. There's a difference there. A lot of feminists love to work on a collectivist mindset, and it's stupid. Because again, like I said, not all feminists are women, so therefore, spank a feminist is not misogynistic because not all feminists are women. There. Now, yes, the hashtag is incredibly untoward. However, it's very funny because it brings up the conversation about how feminists can get upset about them getting spankings. However, there wasn't a single feminist, at least from my scene, who was really upset with that whole kill all men hashtag, the incredibly misandric hashtag that said to kill men because they were born with testicles, while you spank a feminist because they're gigantic hypocrites. Now, all that being said, let's actually start talking about misogyny. So in today's video, I'm going to cover the topic of actual misogyny and mock misogyny. And I call it mock misogyny because basically this is pretty much when you get called a misogynist because you said something untoward about a woman. Not all women, just a woman or some women, You get called a misogynist when you have a dissenting opinion of what some woman has done. Somehow it means you hate all women, which makes zero logical sense. So before we get into the criticism of women that's labeled as misogyny, we're actually going to have to cover the topic of what real misogyny is, because interestingly enough, actually ironically enough, feminism has created its own problem. Of course, it has to create its own problem in order for it to continue to exist. However, it's created a real problem, and it has no way to stop it. At least not if they genuinely want to make the world a better place. You'll see what I mean in just a second. Right, so the first form of misogyny, or the real form of misogyny, is the hatred or intense dislike of women, or it is a mistrust in women, right? So it's either, it's pretty straightforward. You hate people that have vaginas, or you don't trust them at all. Excuse me. Now, the very ironic thing about misogyny is the fact that, one, misogyny doesn't exist naturally. And what I mean by that is, in men don't normally, come out the womb with an intense hatred, dislike for women. A child really doesn't know anything Any level of hatred or disgust for something kind of has to be learned if it isn't biological. For example, a dislike for eating broccoli or something like that, or your taste buds, that would be a natural response to something you don't like. However, when dealing with individuals, like people, people are people, and as long as you interact with human beings, as long as you interact with your mother and your father, and you interact with multiple people, you really can't grow up to be racist if no one ever puts that in you, or to hate anybody until you get treated badly. And that's the most important thing there. Because misogyny, in its truth, a real clinical misogynist is actually a man who has been treated badly by his mother. So later in life, he gets into abusive relationships with women in order to get his revenge on the relationship he had with his mom. Because mothers are actually very important to their sons, okay? Women teach their sons the type of woman he's going to go after later in life, or the type of woman, or what it means to be a woman, or how to relate to a woman. That's why mothers are very important to their sons, right? And so that's where a true misogynist comes from. A true misogynist is someone who's actually treated badly by a woman, and later in life he hates all of women because that's what his mother did. Now it isn't just like your mom, it can be any woman really, when they hurt you really badly, and this is pretty much where a lot of hatred for humanity comes from, in general. That misandry, misanthropy, all of that kind of stuff, it always stems from pretty much a core memory, if we're going to talk about Inside Out. No, but on a serious note, it does always stem from a core part of your being of when you were treated badly by someone. And so it's very ironic, or at least very, very stupid and foolish for some feminists to make jokes about men having mommy issues, because that's really fucking important. That's not a joke. They're misogynistic because of those mommy issues, you stupid idiot. Anyway, moving on from that point there. That's where a true misogynist comes from. He comes from a woman actually treating him badly. And so, again, when I say feminist has really created its own problem, like literally, I see it a lot in this new sect of men going their own way. In MGTOW, a lot of them have truly become misogynistic. But they weren't born that way. A lot of them either came from being divorced, getting their heart broken, getting treated by women, getting treated badly by their moms. Again, they're true, literal, textbook definition misogyny, but they weren't born that way. They didn't come out of the womb, and it wasn't the culture who taught them that way. Because the culture teaches boys that pretty much most of your life is going to be devoted into making a woman happy. That's what I kind of grew up with a lot, is that if I want to get into a relationship with a woman, I have to make her happy, That's a lot of what I learned, even watching movies. Now, of course, growing up, I had the ability to separate, fiction from reality. A lot of people apparently can't do that. But, yeah, you'll see in a lot of movies, the idea is a boy has to be nice to a woman to get her to like him, Girls say all the time they like nice guys. The culture and women themselves are telling men to get what they want, you have to be nice to do that, right? But their actions are showing the opposite, which is another video for another time. But the point that I'm making is that everyone around men is not telling them to hate women. That is not something that the culture teaches you. The culture teaches you to protect women. Your base lizard urge, your instincts tell you to protect a woman, because no boy really wants to hurt a woman. No one really wants to hurt women except other women. And again, that's another conversation for another time. So all that being said, true misogyny comes from actually being treated badly by a woman. Again, the predisposition for most men is to try to have sex with a woman, try to be in a relationship with a woman, and try to marry that woman. Usually, a lot of the MGTOWs are divorced. A lot of the older ones are divorced, and they got that way because a woman treated them badly. And that's a very important part. All that being said, a lot of misogynists that do come out of the woodworks do end up treating women very badly. Again, a clinical misogynist is one who actually abuses women and treats them badly. And again, it's a very funny thing that you'll hear feminists laugh and joke about, mommy issues, when that's the whole reason a lot of these young ladies you care so much about are getting their asses beat, because mommy treated their son badly. So that being said, our culture again really loves women. And to say anything dissenting about a woman or something negative about a woman gets read off as being a misogynist. For example, myself, I say that I don't think a lot of women should, be promiscuous without any thought. I don't think they should have a bunch of sex with a bunch of people they don't know without having some kind of thought to that, And I get labeled a misogynist for that. I don't really understand how that works. But I guess it's because my opinion isn't overly positive about promiscuity. My opinion is maybe you should think about your life before you go have sex with a bunch of people and end up getting pregnant by some man you don't know. I also say that some women are stupid, and that's an objective fact. Some women just aren't that fucking smart. And again, I get called a misogynist. Now, these feminists who use what I like to call mock misogyny is that they understand full well that the world does not hate women. Because if they did, they would understand that that word would have no power in a culture that doesn't like women. However, the whole reason why they use the term misogynist is as a shaming tactic, as a tactic to get you to shut up. It's the same thing as being called, like racist or homophobic, or bigoted. They understand that the culture is actually on their side. These feminists know that they live in a world where women are going to be protected. That's why they lambast these guys who say anything dissenting about a woman as a misogynist. They understand full well that most men, especially these white knight guys, are going to fight those men. They know that, That's why I call it mock misogyny. It isn't real misogyny. You're just saying that shit because you understand the power and the effect real misogynists have over women. Because again, a lot of women are in abusive relationships because of real misogynists. But the thing about all of that, the interesting part about misogyny, though, is again, the fact that it always stems from a woman. Contrary to popular belief, some women are assholes. They suck. They're terrible people. This doesn't mean women are born terrible. Some of them become terrible for a number of factors, but that's not today's video. It's very important that we realize that misogyny does stem from women. It is women's fault that misogynists do exist, because women are the ones who are treating men badly. Now, again, I'm speaking in generalities. It's some women. It's not all of them. It's some of them, and some of them are treating men badly. More and more often now, because of the climate feminism has created for us. And so, the truth of the matter is, if you really want to get rid of misogyny, and I hear a lot of feminists talk about that, we should live in a world without misogyny. Well, the truth of the matter is, my feminist friends, if you genuinely want to get rid of misogyny, you would actually be encouraging women to treat men a hell of a lot better than what they're doing now. If you really want misogyny to go away, you would be encouraging women to be a lot nicer to all those guys that they treat horribly. This doesn't mean subservient. Do not misinterpret my words. I'm not saying you teach women to submit to men. No, women are supposed to submit to their husbands. Other guys can go kick fucking rocks. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if misogyny is born from being treated badly by a woman, then the solution would be to encourage women to stop treating these men badly. Again, the entire culture is all dedicated to keeping women safe and protected. And the entire culture raises boys that in order to get the woman that they like, they have to be nice to her. The entire culture also teaches these men that they have to protect women. These misogynists, on the other hand, are born from anger and being mistreated by their mothers. Mommy issues and laughing and joking about men who suffer problems from their mother is very important. I know you feminists don't actually care because most of you are actually sinister. But for the feminists who do care, for the ones who do want to make the world a better place, if you really want to end misogyny, just tell women to start treating men a little bit better. So that being said, man, I certainly hope you guys got something out of today's video. And if you did, man, go ahead and click that like button. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. Comment in the comment box below. And as always, you guys have yourself a great day. And I will see you cool cats soon. Adios.